Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we'd like to begin by giving all glory, all honor, and all praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Ruach Kodash, giving double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS for pushing this doctrine in all sincerity and truth. To the men standing by the highways and byways pushing this doctrine, we say shalom. To the aquat out there sitting and listening in silence, we say shalom. Shalom to the 144, shalom to the elect. Alright, these are brothers Hananiah, Maya Sha'ala, Isaiah. Yeah, and we out here trying to bring some edification, Lord willing it is edifying, on this topic. What is the breath of life? Specifically, the breath of life spoken about in Genesis chapter 2 verse 7 and in 2nd Ezra chapter 3 verse 5. Okay, to begin, we start in Genesis chapter 2 and verses 7. And the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai power formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. And you're going to go to 2nd Ezra chapter 3 and verse 5. And gavest a body unto Adam without soul, which was the workmanship of thine hands, and didst breathe into him the breath of life, and he was made living before thee. So we're gonna understand here what this breath of life actually is, because if you ask any man out here, well, but you know, I get the breath of life and I live and I alive. I go watch you and tell you no, that's not the case. You not alive. You not alive. You don't have the breath of life in you. And to prove that, we're gonna start here in John chapter 5 and verse 24. So what is the breath of life? Verily, verily, I say unto you, John chapter 5 and verse 24. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that heareth my word, is Yahushua speaking, and believeth on him that sent me, Yahweh, hath everlasting life, and shall not come into condemnation, but is passed from death unto life. So we see in here, he comparing life or having life, or telling men who have life that they have to hear his word. So we see in here, life or the breath of life here is the word of Yahushua. It's given to him, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Tawada. It's given to him by his father and he gave it to us. Now, what specifically is this word? We could go to Jeremiah chapter 6 and 16. We could get an idea of it. Jeremiah chapter 6 and verses 16. Thus, Jeremiah 6 and 16, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, stand ye in the ways, and see, and ask for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein. So we see in here, the breath of life here could be compared to what? The old paths and the old ways. Finding rest for your souls. The dead, you know, the dead at rest, you know. But as we talking about the breath of life, what is it? We talking about as they are alive here and living. Men who don't have the breath of life in them don't have rest. They constantly fighting with themselves is what is Romans 11 and 7. Yahshua had not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election had obtained it. What them seeking for and what them looking for is the breath of life. They don't have rest for the souls and the restless. And they only gonna get that rest for the souls if they have the breath of life, which is these old paths and these old ways. If you go to Proverbs chapter 1 and verses 7. The fear of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. What? So we see in here the breath of life could be compared to wisdom, right? And as we just read in Jeremiah 6:16, they said we'll not walk therein. Those fools despise that wisdom and that instruction. The fear of the Lord is the breath of life. You could go to wisdom. Sorry, wisdom of Solomon. Yeah, the wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7 and verse 24, and we could see what wisdom is compared to. There's verse 24. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. For she is the breath of the power of power, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her. So we now describe wisdom as breath, right? For she is the brightness of the everlasting light, the unspotted mirror of the power of power, and the image of his goodness. And being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new, and in all ages entering into holy souls. She maketh them friends of power and prophets. For power loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. For she is more beautiful than the sun, and above all the orders of stars, being compared with light. You know, your spirit is light. When you die, you go back unto the Father who gave it. We know the Father is the Father of lights. She is found before it. So what we seeing here, the breath of life is literally being compared to wisdom. So the breath of life is wisdom. You could go to John chapter 20 and verses 22, right? And when he had said this, he breathed on them and said unto them, receive ye the Holy Ghost, the Ruach HaKodesh. Whosoever sins ye remit, they are remitted unto them. And whosoever sins ye retain, they are retained. So we're seeing here, the breath of life is what? The Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Ghost. Yeah, and we know that when they say he did breathe unto them the Holy Spirit, he not actually breathing unto them, but what that is really when he's speaking unto them and he preaching and he prophesying. Yeah, when he talking. And we could go to Ezekiel chapter 2 and the first verse. And he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee. And the Spirit entered into me when he spake unto me, and set me upon my feet, that I heard him that spake unto me. He said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Yasharallah, to a rebellious nation that had rebelled against thee. They and their fathers have transgressed against me even unto this day. So we know how we explain in John chapter 20 and verse 22, the breath of life is given to you, the Ruach HaKodesh is given to you for the remission of sin. And now they're saying here, this man speaking to these people, to the people of Israel that rebelled against thee and have transgressed against thee. We could go to Ezekiel 3 and 1 now. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Yasharallah. So what is the breath of life? These words of the Most High, these laws, these statutes, these commandments, the wisdom of the Most High, this roll. This is the breath of life. Now we want to go into or get into why it is important that you should have this breath of life, or why is it needed. And to start, to explain this, we'll start in Habakkuk chapter 2 and the 4th verse. The book of Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Explain what faith was in our video previous, but basically the reason we need the breath of life is so that we can be upright. And when you say upright, we mean not like you stand up and you're straight, you know? Or you have a proper posture, but you have an upright spirit. We doing what is right, as stated in in Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 20. Book of Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 20. To the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, it's because there's no light in them. So, when you hear people talking a whole lot of shit about things that are nothing to do with the Bible, usually them life, shit just bad shit just happening to them. You see nothing good happening to them. A dead life. So basically because they're speaking about themselves, or like, name just about themselves, but anything they're speaking about that is not according to this word, it is because they have no life in them. So what? They're dead. This is why you need the breath of life, because if you don't have this law, if you don't have the understanding of this testimony, you have no light in you. And we know your spirit is light, as we explained. So then you have no life, you're dead. Book of Proverbs, so okay, Jeremiah chapter 6 and verse 16. We're going back here. Book of Jeremiah chapter 6 and verse 16. Thus saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein. And then verse 21. Therefore, Salak. Also I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they said, we will not hearken.
Now, what he's saying there is what? The ones who giving out this breath of life in today's time is what? Speaking this prophecy and teaching the Lord's statutes and commandments, how to keep basis and basic. I keep in the Shabbat, but you know, in a basic. Because the most side not no basic, man. He's a top G, you know, no basic, man. The ones who teaching you to do this is what the watchmen who the most high set to give you this instruction, as it was stated in Matthew, the 11th chapter, around verse 15. What? This generation, we I shall compare this generation like an unto children who go into the market and they were singing and playing the tambourines and what that, like that is what the pastors, they're preaching this word, they're teaching this word, and when they're singing and they're blowing up the trumpet and thing, nobody not listening to them. What? Them rejecting life there. Them rejecting the better life there. The ones who the most high sent in this time to teach we this is the pastors who give after you or not. And it's fools despising that and rejecting that.
As we are about to prove here, Jeremiah 6 and verse 18. Therefore hear ye nations, and know, O congregation, what is among them. Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people, even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened unto my words, nor to my law, but rejected it. To what purpose cometh there to me incense from Sheba, and a sweet cane from a far country? Your burnt offerings are not acceptable, nor your sacrifices sweet unto me. Therefore thus saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, behold, I will lay stumbling blocks before this people, and their fathers and the sons together shall fall upon them, their neighbors and his friends shall perish. So you know here, anytime you don't follow your Lord's statutes and commandments, you're going to find problems and troubles in your life. Well, that as well, but not just that, but problems too. You can find a lot of problems in your life. You can live a dead life. As spoken of here in Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 16. So this here about to explain the ultimate fate of a man who does not have the breath of life in him. Where you gonna find yourself? Proverbs chapter 21 verse 16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So anytime you don't want to continue to follow the Lord's statutes and commandments, there's what's going to happen to you. You're going to be a dead fucker. And what I'm saying, you don't have the breath of what? Life. What is the opposite of death? Life. If you don't have life in you, you're dead. And what is the life? The understanding. Stated of in Romans chapter 6 and verse 23, the payment for sins is death.
What we in here?
Salakia.
Now we're going into who gives you this breath of life now. Together we start in John chapter 14 and verse 6. And Yahushua said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. So what I say in there? We go to Deuteronomy 4 before I expound some more. Deuteronomy 4, starting at verse 4. But ye that did cleave unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, your power, are alive every one of you this day. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua in my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. So what it's saying here is what? That, as we just proved in the John 14 and verse 6, in addition with this, what? That the Father and the Son, which is Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, them is the ones who does give you wisdom. The wisdom is the laws, the statutes, the commandments. And them is the ones who does allow you to see your way. Them is the ones who even give you the laws, statutes, and commandments in the first place. And the ones who depart from that, them bread butter. But what you say here? But ye that did cleave unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, your power, are alive every one of you this day. So what you have to do to maintain life, to have life in this world, is what? And to ultimately see everlasting life, as we get into here, is what? Cleave unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Keep the word of your testimony. Keep the commandments. We say, and as he say many times throughout the first 4 books in the New Testament, the Gospels, in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, if you love me, keep my commandments. What it's saying here, we starting in John 3:16 now. For power so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have what? Everlasting life. So we're not just looking for comfort in this time. Because you know, getting up and living a sorrowful life now really making no sense. But we're not just looking for comfort in this time. We're looking and we're heralding to the time at the kingdom to come. That's what we want. That is ultimately the ultimate goal we're looking for here. The congregation and the dead were also going to be not just right now and having no understanding, just walking around the place like zombies, but they're actually going to be in the lake of fire. As Yahushua said, death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. All the people who live in this dead life, this stupid life, this life going against, statutes and commandments, them going to suffer what? Death. And for the ones that believe in the only begotten Son, what they're going to have here? Everlasting life. Continuing now, verse 17. For power sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. He that believeth on him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is what? Condemned already, because he had not believed in the name of the only begotten Son. So what I say, if you don't believe in Yahushua, your bread butter. And in the last verse here, in 36, John 3:36, he that believeth on the Son had everlasting life. This is just hammer home the truth here. Yahushua say it and disciple here say it. He that believeth on the Son had everlasting life, and he that believeth not not the Son shall not see life, but the wrath of power abideth on him.
So what is saying here? Who is the breath of life and how we are attaining it? The breath of life is Yahushua, is the word of Yahweh, and Yahushua what? He come in the volume of the book. You could get that in Psalms chapter 40 and verse 7 and Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 7. But now we're gonna go to John 5 and verse 21.
And we learn it here.
And we are going to end it here. For as the Father raiseth up the dead, the Father Yahweh, and quickeneth them, even so the Son quickeneth, who's Yahushua, whom he will.
And listen, just refer to like when he raised Lazarus. So we're talking about what? The dead who was walking around, as we refer to in Revelation the 11th chapter. People was walking around and seeing me in a dead state in Babylon. And after the 3.5 years, the 3.5 days where we raise up, where we get life in, because we get the word of this testimony, what the 100% true word of this testimony. So what the quickening don't just mean like he raised you from the bed, but he take you out of that dead state in which you was living in.
For the Father judgeth no man, but hath committed all judgment unto the Son. So he determined whether or not, and it's through him will it be determined whether or not you have life in you, and you can be alive. That all men should honor the Son, Yahushua, even as they honor the Father, Yahweh. He that honoureth not the Son honoureth not the Father which hath sent him. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that heareth my word and believeth on him that sent me hath everlasting life, and shall not come into condemnation, but is passed from death unto life. Verily, verily, I say unto you, the hour is coming, and now is, when the dead shall hear the voice of the Son of power, and they that hear shall live. For as the Father hath life in himself, so hath he given to the Son to have life in himself, and hath given him authority to execute judgment, also because he is the Son of Man. So that hitting it right there. Who is the breath of life? The breath of life is Yahushua. Who given you the breath of life? Yahweh. And it's through Yahushua can you attain, as in Deuteronomy chapter 4 and 4 say, we want to attain unto Yahweh and get to Yahweh. We only can get to He through the word, through the testimony. Who is that word and who is that testimony? Yahushua. If you don't believe in Yahushua, if you don't believe in the Son of Man, you don't believe in the Father, and you ain't keep the commandments.
When the children singing, okay, the prophet singing, when the watchman heralding and letting you know, hey, yo, the time at hand and you're listening, well, we go see.
Right, and if you don't listen, if you don't hearken, you're going to end up in that dead state, and you will not have the breath of life in you. And with that, we'd like to give all glory, all honor, all praise unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Ruach Kodash. This was your brothers
Hananiah,
Mashallah.
Isaiah.
We like to give double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS for giving us this doctrine and pushing this doctrine in all sincerity and in truth. To the men standing by the highways and byways pushing this doctrine, we say shalom. To the 144,000 and to the elect out there, we say shalom. And even to the aquatium who sat and listened to this lesson in silence, we say shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.